This video is brought to you by CleanMy Mac X. Apple Vision Pro is finally going international, launching tomorrow right here in Singapore, Hong Kong, China, and Japan, June 28th. And July 12th, we got Australia, Canada, UK, France, and Germany, and hopefully more countries follow suit. But here are the 6 things to know about Vision Pro before you pick one up. The most important. Without the right fit, you're not going to enjoy Vision Pro. Apple has designed various different light seals to contour people's faces. Now, the light seal is this piece right here. So what happens is that when you order it online, they've developed an app to scan your face, and they will recommend a light seal size. Now, I did this, and I was recommended a 23W. Now, they have different numbers and letters correlating to the person's measurements. But when I went into the store for a demo, I was recommended a 33W because that felt better on my face in terms of my forehead, my cheekbones, the width, the narrowness of my face, and also to block out the light. I would highly recommend you go into a store for a personal demo. 20-30 minutes out of your day, but you're gonna be investing a lot of money into this thing. You want it to fit correctly. Now, inside the box, you get 2 different cushions like this. These are also magnetically attached. One is designed to wear for prescription lenses, the other without, but if you get the right fitment, you could wear both. It all depends on the comfort level and what you like better. Tip here, do not, and I repeat, do not pick up Vision Pro by this because as you can see, it pops off very easily. You don't want to drop this device. So always hold Vision Pro by the sides, the front, or the back, never by the light seal. I've never dropped mine yet, but I've heard of other people that have, and it's a very expensive drop. With that said, what happens if you wear prescription glasses? What do? There are inserts made by Zeiss with Apple for Vision Pro. And these inserts are magnetically attached here, one for each eye. And what you do is you upload your prescription to the website. Zeiss then makes the lenses, they send it to you, and then you pop them in, register it to the Vision Pro, and they work flawlessly. I mean, it's a really great experience. Again, this is an extra price in getting the Vision Pro, but if you need glasses, you can't wear your own glasses, you have to get these inserts, but they're Zeiss quality and they're well worth it. I've not heard of third parties making lenses yet because I think it has to measure to the cameras and the lenses inside Vision Pro. And I think Zeiss and Apple are working with that technology. So right now, it's Zeiss only. Let's talk straps for a second. We got 2 straps, solo strap, and we got the dual loop band here. And this is the most common one you see in all the videos and everybody talking about. It is very comfortable, and you can actually tighten the strap here with this dial on the back. So you can actually have it in the middle, the top, the bottom, respectively, whatever is most comfortable for you. This is a very good strap to wear for a short periods of time with Vision Pro. There's no pressure on the back at all. I mean, the fabric, the material, Apple knows what they're doing. They really know what they're doing. But if you're gonna be wearing this for a longer period of time, you may wanna opt for the dual loop band. Not as sexy looking, but it's very functional. Velcro on the top and on the back, so you can actually tighten it to the top of your head and the back here, and this is going to take some of the weight off the front of Vision Pro that you're gonna feel here with the solo band a bit and put it here to the top, so it's gonna make it a lot more comfortable to wear for longer periods of time. 2-hour movies, 3-hour movies, battery lasts about 3 hours, so you have to plug in an external charger to this to watch those kind of things, or let's say longer web conferences. These 2 options from Apple are really nice to use, and I use them both depending on how I'm using Vision Pro. Now let's talk about guest mode, because you want your friends and family to experience the awesomeness, the mixed reality of Vision Pro. So how do you do it? It's very easy. There is a guest mode inside of this, and what they do is when someone puts it on it, they register their hands, their eyes, their gestures. There's a calibration process. It takes about a minute or 2. It's not that long, but it is a process. However, in Vision OS 1.2, which this is coming with, every time you give it to somebody else, they're going to have to calibrate. In Vision OS 2, you can now save one profile inside the OS. So if it is your wife, your partner, your boyfriend, or girlfriend, you give it to them, their settings will be saved so they don't have to keep recalibrating over and over. If you are going to be using this with your wife, your husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, make sure they also get a light seal as well because you want them to have the best experience. Let's talk apps for a second here. Apps, there's over 2,000 apps in the App Store. Now, when we first saw the reviews back in February, there was maybe just a couple hundred apps, if that. Apple's grown those apps quite significantly, and we're getting new apps every week. The US store will have the most apps as it stands currently, but of course, every market will have their own apps. Some they will not get from the US store if they don't have the content. Let's say Max, or HBO Max for that matter, or Paramount Plus. We don't get that in Singapore. We're not going to get those apps. And some other apps that maybe are, restricted due to licensing, whatever the case may be, maybe only for certain markets. So keep that in mind. But there's a lot more apps than before. So some of the complaints that some of the reviewers talked about early on, some of those are null and void at this point in time. So there's a lot of great things from Disney Plus and various different app developers. I mean, if you want to use WhatsApp, there's third-party apps out there from Spatial, Message, Juno makes some great apps for YouTube, and Telegram's on there. Some of your iPad apps will transfer over as well. So there's a lot of great options out there. And for the most part, they do solve some of the issues, let's say YouTube, Netflix, that aren't natively made for Vision OS at this point in time. All right, let's talk about mirroring your Mac display on Vision Pro. Can you do it? Oh, yes, you can. It is beautiful to see. You get the full immersive experience. The display can be as big as you want. You can put it over there, over there. You can make it as small as you want. You can edit videos on Final Cut, Photoshop, whatever app you have on your desktop, you can use here through, of course, your desktop. And it works great. There's no delay. It is sharp, it's high resolution. I love using it. And you can also use it with the environment. The environment is a term we use in Vision Pro to kind of give you this 360 immersive feel, let's say in the mountains, the river, the desert, different scenarios. When you use your desktop there, you're not going to see your keyboard, mouse, or trackpad. Okay, not at least in Vision OS 1.2 and Vision OS 2, you will be able to see those things if they're Apple products. But if not, then you're not going to. So keep that in mind. And also the audio coming from your desktop, you're still going to be using those speakers from your desktop. You're not going to get that audio here into the speakers. And that's a shame because these speakers here are phenomenal. It's something you need to experience in Vision Pro. It is unbelievable. Too bad you can't transfer that audio yet. Hopefully they will add that into a future firmware update. But as it stands right now, wherever that audio is coming from on your Mac, your MacBook Pro, your iMac, Mac Studio, it will be coming from there. And speaking of Macs, if you want to keep your Mac as clean as possible, remove a lot of those junk files that you've downloaded, those old photos, check out a message from our sponsor, CleanMy Mac X. If you're a photographer and videographer like myself, you know how quickly the files that we shoot can pile up on your system over time. And I'm talking A-roll, B-roll, raw footage, photographs. They can really slow down that system over a period of time. Ever since I started to try CleanMy Mac X, it has been a lifesaver for me. First off, it identifies and deletes unnecessary files with Smart Scan. It will clear out your junk and optimize your system with the uninstaller and space lens. And what this is going to do is give you more space back on your hard drive, and that's going to make your workflow a lot more efficient. In their recent Deepest Clean video, it took them hours to clean an old Mac. But with CleanMy Mac X, you can do that within minutes. It features a very simple and intuitive design, and most importantly, it is safe for your Mac. So if you want to try this out for free, click on the link below, and you can save 20% off if you decide to pick this up. So big thanks to CleanMy Mac X for sponsoring this video. And now back to more points on Vision Pro. Let's talk about text input. You can use a keyboard, mouse, trackpad. You can use your fingers in Vision Pro, but you could also use voice dictation or the virtual keyboard. The virtual keyboard is going to be more like punching it like this. You have to actually press through the keys. It's a bit of an interesting experience. It's a bit surreal when you first do it, but it works relatively well. Or you can pinch, and select every letter, or you can use voice dictation, which I've been using a lot of in Microsoft Word, in WhatsApp, various different messaging apps. I can use this and it works relatively well. As long as you speak slow, confidently, those things aren't going to work. But if you know what you're going to say, try it. You can obviously correct as well if you want to do that, but it actually dictates very well with punctuation included. And I find it even better than my iPhone personally. So that's one way I would highly recommend. But again, you can attach a keyboard and a mouse, Bluetooth, to the Vision Pro if you want to do that that way as well. And also a PlayStation controller because you can game on this bad boy. Now let's talk about price, the big boy in the room. As we know, Vision Pro is very expensive, right? $3,200 in America, that's starting out. Obviously, it can go up in terms of the storage capacities, the accessories that you're going to get. Here in Singapore, it's around $5,300 for the starting point. It's an expensive piece of kit. I look at it this way. If you're a person that loves technology, you want to see something that you've never seen before, and you love to be on the cutting edge of technology, and you have the means to afford this, it's not going to be that much for you. Back in the day, laptops were $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. Even today, they're that much if you want to really spec them out. It can even be more so than this. Now, I get it. This is not a laptop, but this is another way to interact with your content out there in a very unique way. And I look at it this way. Some people, they'll spend $15,000, $20,000 on a leather handbag from like a company like Hermes, for example. Beautiful bags. Some people may find value in that. And some people might say, hey, look, I can carry the same stuff around for $50 in a tote bag. Or some people will wear an inexpensive watch for $200, or some people will spend $30,000, $40,000 on a timepiece on their wrist. And that's how you have to look at Vision Pro. This is a very unique Gen 1 product that is going to blow your mind in terms of the usability. It is beautifully crafted. It is so well made. The operating system is It's unlike anything we have seen, from the minute details of how you see your persona inside it, to the graduation of colors, to how you gesture with your eyes and your fingers, and you see your hands, and the environments and the sounds, and how it just captures everything. It's unlike anything we have ever seen. And that's going to come at a price. And if you find value in that, it's not that expensive. But if you don't find value in that, it might be expensive. Now, rumors are Apple's making a less expensive device, but we already know that's like that with any piece of technology. It's always going to become less and less expensive as time goes on. And we're going to see that with the Vision products here as well. But again, price is subjective, to each their own, but it is an investment. Take care of your investment, but it is an awesome device to experience. With that said, those are the 6 points to highlight. A couple things to know about, a little bit of bonus points, if you will. If you want to set up your room, you can put your apps and windows in your respective places in your room. You can walk out, go to the bathroom, go grab a drink, come back. All those windows will still be there. So that's the cool thing about Vision OS. It remembers your location where you're at based on how you move around, and it stays, and you can move these things as you want them to be. So you can make your room as big as you want it to be, as small as you want it to be. You could be in a small little apartment, and you could feel like you're living in a 50,000 square foot mansion based on this mixed reality. It is amazing. But if you're going to be walking with Vision Pro, your apps are not going to stay there as you're walking around. So keep that in mind. Unless you pinch and hold as you're walking with that one app walking around, that's how you keep it there. Otherwise, it's just going to keep passing by you because it likes to stay in a very static position. If you are going to pick one of these up, I would highly recommend that you spend time with it every day for a few days. There are return policies from Apple, but I would say don't judge it just based on 1 or 2 wears. Even on the weight of this and how it feels on your head, you will get used to it over time. In the first couple times, it may feel a little bit uncomfortable. Find the right comfort level, the right tension on the back of the neck for the straps, the right cushioning, and use it a little bit more every day. And you're going to find that you're going to get more comfortable, you're just going to get used to the product overall. And even navigating through it. I mean, this is a different way of using something. So at first it might feel foreign. You might get frustrated. Take your time and enjoy the process. And I think over time, you're going to really appreciate what Vision Pro offers. It's not just about entertainment or, watching movies on here, which is awesome to do. You can do everything from productivity to putting a keynote address. Let's say you're a business leader, you have to make a speech in a conference room or on a stage. You can emulate those through the environments and keynote and really practice to be the best you can be. You can write your documents out there. You can be doing multitasking through web conferencing and writing documents here and editing photos. There's so much you can do in this product. Your imagination is limitless. And the more apps that come out with it, it's going to blow your mind. I'm a big fan of this. I know it's not going to be for everybody out there, but if you have the means to try this, to afford it, to experience it, I think you're going to be blown away with what Apple's done. This is a huge step in technology. Anyway, guys, those are my thoughts on Vision Pro. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. More content on the way. Thanks again for the support, and I'll chat to you soon. Bye.